Hey y'all! Welcome to today's Big Brother 22 updates and spoilers. Yay! Lucy's here today. She's watching from over on the bed. She's such a good girl. So our house guests of the day today are Camilla Gamba and Mimi Iams. Thank you both so much for the support. We couldn't do this without you, and we appreciate it so much. So thank you again. And I also want to thank our super chatters from yesterday, because you guys are awesome. We couldn't do without you either. So Jody Cortez, Jessica B, Anita Starr, Marilyn Bolton, Fruit Loop Dingus, and M. Murray COJ. Thank you all so much. And thank you to Jody Cortez for being a super chatter today as well. You are a rock star. Hello out there. It's been a slow Big Brother day. So I'm probably going to blow through this information pretty quickly, but after I get through it, like, we can hang out for a little bit and just like chill out and kiki. So when we left off yesterday, they had the power veto ceremony. Cody did not use the veto as expected, which means that Christmas or Tyler will be leaving on Thursday. And as of right now, Tyler's the target. The votes are there to get him out. And as of right now, unless Enzo does something wild, which he has done in the past, but I don't think he'd mess around with it this late in the game, it should be a unanimous vote for Tyler to go. We saw that Memphis already told Tyler he's leaning towards evicting him. Cody and Enzo, they talked about the plan for next week. Ideally, they would like Nicole to win HOH, put up Memphis in Christmas so that they don't have to do it. And they want Christmas to go. But, like, I think they should think that over again, because wouldn't Memphis be the better choice to go? Nicole's already thinking about it. She's thinking, Memphis going would be way better for my game next week, because Memphis is really smart. He's really good at competitions. And if you even think about, like, jury votes, I think I would rather go up against Christmas than Memphis. Memphis has done more in the game. And even though he's been a jerk a lot, Christmas is not well liked with the jury. Like, I don't think the jury would vote for her. So yeah, I think even though Memphis has been a jerk, there are a lot of people on the jury that respect his straightforwardness, and he could be a threat going into the final two. So yeah, Enzo is also saying that he would put up Memphis and Christmas, which is not what he told Memphis. But he would not want to risk Memphis being off the block, winning the power veto, and saving Christmas, which would lead to Nicole and Cody having to go up together. Enzo would be embarrassed if that happened on his HOH. So he's like, nope, if I'm the HOH, I got to bite the bullet and put up Memphis and Christmas. Okay, so then yesterday, Tyler and Nicole were in the backyard, and and Tyler asks Nicole, do you know how you're Lucy's staring at me. You're a good girl. Tyler asks Nicole, do you know yet how you're voting this week? And Nicole says, I have to talk to Cody and Enzo. She says she wants to be on the same page with everyone, like she doesn't already know. And she says, I feel like I know how Memphis is already voting without even asking him. And Tyler says, yeah, I asked Memphis, and he pretty much confirmed that he's not going to be keeping me. He said it wasn't 100%, but he's pretty sure he's not keeping Tyler. So Nicole says, well, I think Enzo is thinking about keeping you. No, he's not. So Nicole says, if that's what Enzo's doing, that's what I will do. Where are you going, baby girl? Where do you gotta be? Don't leave. We're just getting started. Oh, she just opened the door with her little nose. That's so cute. Okay. So yeah, Tyler says, Nicole says if Enzo is voting to keep Tyler and that Cody's on board with that, then that's what she'll do too, because she doesn't want to make them mad. Okay. So then Tyler says that'd be awesome, because then going into next week, it would be 4 against 1. He's saying it would be me, you, Cody, and Enzo, all of us up against Memphis, the other one. So yeah, he's trying to push the whole, like, I'm on your side, like, I'd be with you guys, when, like, I don't know that that's necessarily true. But anyway, Tyler's saying, I can see why you wouldn't want to keep me. obviously, after everything that went down during the triple, Nicole's not very happy with Tyler. So Nicole says, I don't want to keep either one of you. Damn, that's a little harsh. So Tyler laughs at that. He's like, well, I'm sorry, you got to pick one. You know, one of us has got to stay. So Tyler says, you can keep a duo or you can keep me, because he keeps pushing again that that Christmas and Memphis are a duo, which they are very tight. It's funny though, because Tyler and Christmas are also a final two, but that one is pretty much like dead. I mean, those two threw each other under the bus. That's over. But one of them's got to go this week. So he's saying you can either keep one of me or the duo. So Nicole says, I see that. And it makes sense to me. And she tells Tyler, you putting me on the block during the triple does not piss me off. That's not, I get it. But you voting me out does piss me off. She says both you and Christmas did it. So I can't base my decision off of that. And she says, I got to keep one of you guys. Oh, it's so tough for you. So then Nicole says that she feels more betrayed by Christmas because she felt like Christmas kind of owed her something. They were close, but she doesn't feel like Tyler owed her anything. So then Tyler is explaining again why he voted her out. He was trying to get at Danny. He thought that David would be more likely to go after Danny than Nicole would be. And he says, you didn't relay the message to me that Danny was targeting me. So that's what that was all about. Okay. So then we get stars for a few minutes. Feeds are down. But then when they're back, Nicole is saying, I'm already by myself. Like, why would I go against what Cody and Enzo want and make them mad? You're not by yourself. But yeah, she's saying, like, I don't want to team up with Christmas. And Christmas probably doesn't want to team up with me. So she's trying to make it seem like there's hope here for Tyler, which is just kind of like cruel, but she doesn't want Tyler to realize that he's definitely going because she's afraid that he's going to start spilling information. I think she's especially afraid that he's going to push how close Cody and Nicole are, which would possibly make Enzo want to team up with Memphis and Christmas to go after them. So she's really trying to make Tyler feel like there's still a chance. So then, Tyler again is pushing. It's either the two of us, the two of Memphis and Christmas, or one of me. It's either 2 versus 3 or 4 versus 1. So Tyler asks if she'll let him know beforehand, and Nicole says she will. Yeah, maybe like right before. And Tyler is then like, okay, cool. Now I'll know like if I need to activate my power or not. He's joking around. Okay. So then after, Nicole was telling Cody and Enzo about the conversation and laughing about how she told Tyler that she wants him and Christmas to go. Anyway, they're all on board still to get rid of Tyler. Moving on. Nicole was talking to the cameras a little while later in the have not room. And she's like, I'm not trying to be mean or malicious in any type of way. I just want to make it clear that I'm just joking around. And she says, I'm still upset from the triple, but I will get over it. It was Tyler's plan to get me out. I'm not stupid. And she says, it's a game. It's fine. Okay. I just hate when Nicole is like, I'm not a mean girl. I'm so nice. I'm such a good girl, blah, blah, blah. And then she like does mean things, but it's okay because she's just joking. So yeah, the feeds were pretty dead yesterday. We did get to watch Nicole for a little while sleeping in the have not room. So that was fun, right? I guess this is like the second night in a row, I feel like at least that they've done that. I guess they don't want us to see people hanging out outside at night for fear of like wall yellers showing up. So yeah, we've seen Nicole sleeping in the have not room. Okay, we did get to see a game chat of sorts a little later. Cody and Memphis chatting in the HOH room. They're going over scenarios for next week. It's going to be down to the final 5, and they feel like they're in a really good spot. But Cody worries that things could get effed up. He doesn't want to get too comfortable because that's when things usually start to go wrong. So Memphis is the only way that things are going to get effed up next week are if Christmas wins HOH and Nicole wins the power veto. Honestly, like, That would be hilarious. That would be a hilarious scenario. I'd be there for it. I'd be into it. But keep in mind here, Memphis and Cody have different worst and best case scenarios here. They do not have the same goals. Memphis is trying to make it to the Final Four with both of his Wise Guys alliances. So he wants to make it with Cody, Christmas, and Enzo. Cody wants Christmas out next week, and he wants to basically like go to the end with Nicole. So he does not want Nicole to go. So they have different goals here. But Cody says for this week, it almost kind of sucks that they already know how the rest of the week is going to play out. And he just wants them to get to Thursday already. Now you know how we felt all damn season. So then Cody is saying he just hates how he's not going to be able to play in the HOH competition, but he feels good knowing that Memphis will be playing because he feels like he can trust him. Okay, so then they go through some what-if situations. Cody's kind of nervous that he and Memphis will be targets because they've won so many competitions, and Memphis says, we're going to be fine as long as one of us, and not Nicole, wins the power veto. Then we'll control the vote. Okay. Yeah, so where are we? Then there was a late-night conversation. Tyler and Enzo in the photo bedroom. These two are laughing their butts off. They have so much fun together. So eventually it turned to game. And Tyler says, Memphis told me that he's going to vote me out. And Nicole told me that she wants me and Christmas out. So it's not looking good for me at this point. And then Tyler lets Enzo know. She told me if you and Cody want to keep me, that she will also vote to keep me. Because she doesn't want to make you guys mad. I think Enzo got a chuckle out of that. So Enzo says, yo, we'll see what happens Thursday, yo. I think it's wide open right now. No, it's not. He is just dragging Tyler along right now. Ooh. Okay, so then Tyler says, I just need Cody to tell Nicole to keep me. If not, then I'm out. So Enzo tells Tyler, you got to cook for that mother effer. You got to shave his back, whatever he wants, whatever it takes to make this happen this week. So then Tyler is talking about this other plan that he has. And he says, I'm going to try to trick him. And I don't think he was talking about Cody here. I think he's talking about Memphis now. Oh, boy. So Tyler says he has this like Hail Mary idea. This is like his last option. He will tell Memphis that everyone, meaning Enzo and Nicole, are voting to keep him, but they're trying to leave Memphis out of the loop with the vote. So then Tyler wants Enzo to go to Memphis at the last minute and tell him, hey, Nicole is flipping to keep Tyler and you don't want to be left out. So like you should vote for Tyler to stay. All right, Memphis is not going to fall for this because it's going to be really easy for him to like fact check. And Enzo seems to want Tyler to go. He doesn't want to go up against Tyler in competitions. So I don't see him like following through on this plan for Tyler. But Tyler says this is all he's got. At least he's trying, right? He's trying to do something. So Tyler, again, is telling Enzo, he's trying to give him some advice moving forward. He tells Enzo, you need to start winning more competitions. You know, we're getting down to it. Yeah, you won some comps earlier in the season, but like, you got to get more going on your resume here. And he tells Enzo, you better not be following me out. So Enzo says, my days are numbered in here, yo. Enough. That's enough. Tyler says, not if I'm here. And Enzo says, all right, well, we need to make a late push for you to stay. I'm pretty sure he's just BSing Tyler at this point, from what I've seen. But they talk about the jury, and they're wondering if they're going to be bitter or not. And Enzo seems to think that Cody has rubbed a bunch of people the wrong way, and maybe he's lost a few votes for himself. So it seems like Enzo feels like he'd be okay going to the final two with Cody. And Tyler's like, if you go to the final two with Cody, your ass is losing, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. So yeah, he this is not the first time that he's told Enzo that. And I'm sure part of the reason that he's saying it not just because like he's looking out for Enzo, but he's also like, keep me around. Like, I'll help you take out Cody. We can go to the end together. All right. So then today, it's been a slow day. I mean, a bunch of them were playing like basketball, sort of, with like a ball and trying to like throw it into some furniture. Nicole trying to avoid hanging out with Christmas by telling her that she has a case of the diarrhea. That's where we're at right now with the feeds. That is what it has come to. Cool. How many weeks left do we have? Yeah, it's gonna be something watching the rest of this. So yeah, we've got 2 days left until the eviction. I don't know if Tyler or Christmas are gonna try campaigning anymore today. We'll see. Maybe they're gonna wait until the last minute. I guess Christmas is kind of sitting back because she feels like I got the votes. Like, I don't need to be doing this. But Tyler knows that he's in trouble. So it'll be interesting to see how he approaches campaigning over the next few days. But we've got 2 days left until the eviction. As of right now, Tyler is going, hey! We will see what happens. Hello there. Hello-sies. So I want to thank our super chatters today, and then we can just, like, hang out for a little bit. So
you're gonna kiki?
We're going to kiki. So, Jody Cortez, thank you so much. Regzoom Rs, thank you so much, a.k.a. Tori J. And Tori said, root for me next season if I make it. 23 for Michigan. Oh, absolutely. I would love to see any and all of you guys on Big Brother someday.
Whoops.
Whoa.
Coming through.
Yeah, I would love to see it. I would root so hard for you guys, as long as you're not jerks. No, I'm just kidding. No, I would root for you guys, and it'd be so fun. Sheena123, thank you so much. You are awesome. Who is my crush for the season of Big Brother? None. My crush for this season.
It's your boyfriend.
Oh, I was gonna say those adorable floaties.
Yeah.
Not in a gross way, just in a, oh, they're so cute way. Yeah. Okay,
Hi.
Let's see what's going on here. Bowie is right here, and he's having a great day. Hi, handsome. I love you. Okay. Here we go. Sorry. J-Job said, Maddie, you don't want to see us if we play like David. You know what? Honestly, David was one of the more interesting people to watch this season. He was one of the only ones like doing anything. So if you guys played like David, I'd root for you. I mean, I would say like if you're gonna be bad at the game, just at least be entertaining, and that's something, right?
Mm-hmm. Look at that.
Oh, I enjoy some good entertainment. Let's see. Kayla Jackson S. Has anyone shouted me out that has played the game? Yes. I know Cliff Hogg was shouting us out last season. That was a lot of fun. I think he's the only one who's said anything on the feeds, but I have met a bunch of BB alum at like watch parties and stuff. And, you know, some of them have seen our videos before, and they're super sweet and really nice to us, even though sometimes, you know, maybe we weren't the nicest to them in our videos.
Hey, it's all a part of the show.
I know that. But yeah, I really appreciate when they're cool about it and they understand how it works. Let's see.
Or how about when they're not cool about it and they don't understand how it works?
Oh, yeah. Oh my goodness. Bowie's doing pretty good today. Thank you for asking. He's a happy boy. Chloe Davis asked, out of the 6, who would you want to win? That's a good question. I've been saying the last few days I was rooting for Enzo out of who was left, but I was really bummed out about what he did during the triple, not going for Nicole when he had the chance. So, I mean, maybe he'll redeem himself over the next few weeks and, like, actually make some big moves. Like, if he was in the final 3 with, like, Nicole and Cody, and he took out Cody, I would 100% say Enzo needs to win, because that is a big move. Like, you're working this whole season with him and then you cut him. Like, that would be a John and Netta BB Can 2 moment.
Respect.
Yeah, so he's got to pull out some big moves. Other than that, I would say I kind of just, like, because the season was so much of a dumpster fire, like, I kind of almost want Nicole to win just because it, like, would make sense. But I think out of anybody, Cody probably deserves the win the most. But are we bitter jurors?
Of course.
Okay.
What, you're not? I don't believe it.
Jody says, Big Brothers Jessica Graff and Cody Nixon welcome their second daughter. Yeah. I just saw yesterday that she went into labor. Congrats to them. Charlene says, thank you for doing an amazing job. I want Christmas to go. Thank you so much for watching. Let's see. Kaser or Ian is my crush. I mean, I love Kaser. He's great. Yeah, I guess Kaser would be my crush this season. This on my shirt is Stranger Things.
Oh.
The Upside Down. Whoa. Who's excited for the new season? Yeah, right. Sometimes it does feel like we're living in the Upside Down. Yeah, David was at least genuine. I appreciate that.
Bowie's making a meal over here.
Bowie?
Sorry for the slurp noises.
Oh, God. Nicole. I don't know that Nicole has seen our videos. She was at one of the premiere parties a couple years ago, and I was planning on interviewing her. This was before I was doing like the actual red carpet ones. So I was just kind of like going around and like pulling people aside, but I just could not get to her. I don't know if she was avoiding me or if she was swamped. There were so many people crowded around her. So
in all fairness, that was the night that her and Victor made it official.
What does that have to do with anything?
Probably had a lot on her mind.
True. No, honestly, like I can't even imagine what those parties must be like as one of the actual like former house guests, because you get swamped with people, and especially for someone with anxiety like Nicole, I can only imagine like how difficult that must be. So like nothing wrong with that. Like I didn't get to talk to her that night. It's not a big deal. Let's see. Do you guys like my reading face?
Is it punchable?
Yes, it is. It's very punchable. Am I doing interviews this year? Do you mean like online interviews or what? Because we don't usually do those. That's not really our thing, but I do enjoy watching other people's interviews.
We like to lurk in the shadows.
Yeah.
The thing about interviews is when you do interviews, I feel like you really can't.
You can't be honest in your.
Yeah.
That is something that I've thought about before, where like I want to kind of keep a distance there. I don't know. I like doing the like premiere party interviews, but I don't know if I would want to do like these in-depth things like they do on other channels.
Like when the people on Saturday Night Live meet the people who they've imitated.
I have read interviews.
Very, very awkward.
Where I think it was actually in whose book was it in? I think it was in like Tina Fey's book where she talked about that, like meeting Sarah Palin. And it's like always awkward when you meet the person that you're like impersonating. And I don't know. I don't know. I do enjoy watching other people's in-depth interviews, but I don't know that that's for us.
I know it's not for us.
Flower Power Resists asked, have you heard if BB Can is going to film? As far as I know, I think they're casting right now there. And I'm really excited because they are dedicated to making sure that their cast is going to be diverse. And at least half of their cast is going to be people of color. So I'm very excited about that. I can't wait.
They
for that.
always have been, and I feel like they always will. They always go the extra mile. Tammy says the only way for Tyler to possibly stay is to get Christmas pissed off and have her start yelling and clapping at people. Then they might keep Tyler. Honestly, I feel like everybody is so annoyed with Christmas at this point that maybe if Tyler just like sits back and she's like super annoying, then maybe they'll be like, I can't take it anymore. That's like a long shot. But wouldn't they want to keep her then because nobody would give her
I mean, I think
it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah. I don't actually think they're going to get rid of her for that reason, but you never know. Ian says, I hope there's a luxury competition for a brand new car. They haven't had a straight up luxury competition yet. I wonder if they're going to do that. That was
always one of my favorite things about the earlier. No, sir. That is my unicorn pillow.
Bowie. We always loved the competition where they would get, or not really a competition, but they would get new clothes. This was like early seasons, and they would have like however many minutes to go in and put as many garments on as
racks
possible.
Of clothes and shoes.
It was so fun. Yes.
That's some of my fondest memories. The eviction ceremony and stuff after the luxury reward.
Yeah.
Where they would come in with their new clothes.
Yeah.
So fun.
I love that. Who was our favorite this season, preseason and not? I think going into it, our favorites were Janelle and Kaser.
Ian.
Yeah, we were excited for Ian. Who else were we? We were so excited for Keisha. We didn't get to see much of her, unfortunately.
I think she checked out before she checked in.
Yeah. But honestly, like, she's smart. She just did her 2 weeks in sequester, and then she did her 1 week on the show. She still got paid the same as people that were there much longer.
And she got to go home. She didn't have to cool her heels in jury.
Good for her. Yeah. Who was our favorite, like, once the show started?
Kaser.
Yeah, I would say Janelle and Kaser, but especially Kaser, just because of, like, all the great conversations that we saw from him. I'm completely forgetting about Bailey and Davon.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed them this season as well.
Yeah.
That feels like so long ago.
I know.
Oh my God. The middle of that season just kind of disappeared for me. The
middle really took a turn.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Daryl, thank you so much for the super chat. And he said, I love your puppet shows, especially the one with the wall yeller. Thank you so much. I'm glad you guys are enjoying them. It is a nice kind of like cathartic thing. Even if a season is not going well,
we still have the puppets to look forward to.
Yeah, we can kind of like channel that into the puppet shows. So that is a nice little thing that we have to work on, even if the season kind of sucks. Yeah. GOO says, I think Cody played a great game and others in the final 6, but it's the actions they have made and said that I can't get by. It's just the style of gameplay is so predictable for viewers and like boring to watch. And I think that that's what really kills it for a lot of people. I mean, if Cody was like going around and like scheming and stuff and like doing all this,
but he wasn't.
Whatever.
He was
like
at summer
that
camp.
would be exciting, but like this, it's so boring when they already have figured out like who's going to be going like right after the veto's done, and there's like no chance of a flip. That's so boring.
Or like when the whole thing has been pre-gamed.
Yeah, that's another thing. Laundry Day says the only way that Enzo wins is if put up against Nicole or Christmas jury management. Yeah, I think Enzo's going to have a tough time beating Cody, and
that's why he's got to cut him.
Yeah, I think it would be close with Memphis because Memphis has done a lot in the game, and I think a lot of people respect how straightforward he's been. But I mean, Enzo is super popular with everybody, so
social game.
It would be close, I think, between the two of them.
That's it.
Yeah, I think it would also depend on how, like, when Cody would go out in that situation, because if he had time to like work on the jury, I think Enzo would have a better shot. What are you doing, baby boy?
I said, give me that butt.
Do we watch Great British Bake Off and Extra Slice? Oh, wait a second.
What's Extra Slice?
Yeah, what is that? Because we do watch the Great British Bake Off. We're finishing last week's episode tonight.
The Great British Baking Show?
On Netflix.
Yeah. No, that's the British name of it.
I don't know. There's 2 different names.
The Bake Off is the American name.
I thought that was the British name.
No.
I thought the Netflix name was
the
Show.
Great British Baking Show.
We're going to have to look into that. We love that show, but wait, is there like an after show? Because if so, we're going to look into that. Sheena says, I showed the puppet show to my cousin and they love it. Yay! Glad your cousin is loving it. Mom does do a great Julie Chan. I enjoy that.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, Devin, thanks for subscribing. No, I don't think we're going to be doing post interviews. You think it's been too easy for Cody? I know, right? I think he definitely went into this season with some advantages and some connections that were made for him. Okay.
Allegedly.
Yeah, Sheena asked, how's Carrie liking the season? She's not. I just talked to her a little, like I think last week, and She's very bored with the season. I don't think she's even watching it anymore. I think she kind of gave up on it.
Besides, she's busy.
She's got other things going on. She's in school right now, so she's like, I don't have time for this. I don't blame her. If there were any season to maybe like cut out early on, this was probably it. Mindy, thank you so much for watching. You're awesome.
You like that?
Yeah. No, Kayla, you heard right. Mom did say Nicole, but that wasn't like a slight at Nicole. There's not like some beef between us.
No.
I don't think she even knows who we are.
No.
Probably. Ignoring personality, who's playing the best game? I would say probably Cody, right? Cody's playing a really good game.
I don't know. I think Enzo's playing a good game too.
I do too, but like, does he have enough on his resume?
I don't know.
I think he missed the opportunity to make some big moves here.
Let's see what happens in the end.
Yeah.
I think his jury management is probably better than anybody else's.
Yeah. I feel like I missed some stuff here. Oops. Wait, I'm like way behind, aren't I? Jefferson Tucker, thank you so much for the support. You are awesome. Thank you, thank you. Okay, let me get you on here so we can thank you again tomorrow. Now you get to see my writing face too.
Oh, is it a squishy?
It's like a
Bowie, please, sir.
Doesn't boring mean that Cody's doing a good job playing so far? I mean, a lot of times the best games like the most likely to win games are the ones that are boring to watch, unfortunately for us. And I think more and more people have been like taking that approach the last few years. I mean, I can't really fault them for wanting to win and like being boring. It sucks for us to watch, but yeah, like if I was on, I would want to win the money for sure. So yeah, it's kind of a bummer for us. Let's see. I know. I hope the Yankees win again today for sure. They're playing Tampa Bay tonight. What do I think would have made this season? What?
They're playing Tampa Bay again?
Yes. What do I think would have made this season better? I think
this season of Big Brother?
Yeah. I think one of the issues, well, I mean, obviously I think casting needs to be fixed. We need more diversity. And I think we've seen a trend over the last however many seasons of more like physical based competitions and not as many mental ones. And I'm not just saying straight up like questions, but like puzzles and things like that. Like I feel like we don't get enough of it, and there's too much emphasis on the physical competitions, and that's why we see these like big guys winning over and over and over again. So I think, yeah, we need a change with the competitions.
We also need twists that are actually going to level the playing field instead of just be like
giving more power to the big group. Yeah. I think maybe, and I'm not usually into like outside influence, but I think there could have been more of a power shift if there was some sort of America's Vote this season. But they didn't do that. I was surprised they didn't do that. Who do I want to win America's Favorite Player? I would say Davon.
Okay.
Because I think Janelle and Kaser are in like really good places in their lives. I think that this would be a big win for Davon. And she added a lot to the season. So, for sure. What would you say?
I don't know. I could see Davon, but I just think I hate, to play favorites with Kaser, but I think he was just such a gentleman.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think he's definitely deserving. Do you think Tyler's vegan diet is making him sick? not eating the right vegan foods. Is he sick? I don't know that he's sick. Is he?
What's wrong with him?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of people have been saying that he's like lost weight, but I mean, it could be a case of him not eating like the right vegan foods, because you got to be really careful when you're vegan that you're getting all of your nutrients and everything, and you're not just eating junk food and like fake meats all the time. So
seitan.
Yeah. So I hope he's eating well. I don't know. Yes, I am a big Yankees fan. Die hard, some would say. Most would say. Let's see. Mindy says, I had to laugh at myself last night. I was cutting up a frozen pizza and I was doing it like your father does. That's so funny. Dad is our superstar pizza cutter.
He is unmatched.
Yeah. Let's see. Hannah said, what do you think about Janelle's tweet about Nicole and Instagram likes? Oh yeah, apparently Janelle is saying, whose post was she liking, and Nicole like freaked out about it. Apparently Janelle was liking somebody else's posts and Nicole like messaged her and said like, why aren't you liking my posts or something like that.
Nicole A?
F.
But she's still on the show.
Before.
Oh, before the show?
Yeah, before. Angela's, that's right. She was liking Angela's posts and Nicole was like, well, why aren't you liking mine? If that's true, that's freaking nuts. That's wild. That is wild. That's too much. I'm glad you're enjoying this, guys. We're going to be wrapping it up in a minute, but I'm glad that we could chat a little bit. I think we could do this more often, going into the end of the season here if nothing's going on. Like, yeah, why not, right?
Sure.
Let's see. Do we think America is going to split the vote amongst our favorites and maybe Tyler will win? That is a possibility. And you also got to keep in mind, a lot of the people that are going to be voting for this are not watching the feeds. So they're going to have a completely different picture of what has been going on this season. What are you chewing? He got a tissue.
Yeah, he did.
Bowie. So I think it's totally possible that somebody like Tyler could win it again.
Are you a magician? This tissue keeps coming out of your mouth.
Oh, thank you. You love the impressions. Thank you. If I had one wish, what would it be?
World peace.
I would say, like, there's a lot, though. Yeah, like, world peace. Let's get rid of coronavirus. Let's get rid of Trump. Like, let's bring it back. Don't forget to vote, guys.
Exactly.
Don't forget to vote. Yeah. Who was telling the truth, Christmas or Tyler? Are you talking about the triple eviction vote? I think they were both kind of lying because they both seem to be trying to flip this vote together. You know, it didn't seem like one person was really leading the charge over the other. And they had been talking about getting out Danny and Nicole before David for like a while now. So I would say they're both lying. They're both responsible for that. Izzy Delgado, thank you so much for the support. You are wonderful. And we appreciate it so much. Izzy loves the funny expressions. I'm very expressive with my face. I just can't help it. You know. I just can't hide anything on my face.
No, don't. Well, play poker with her. You'll
Not
win.
a very good poker face.
No.
All right, guys. I think.
What? You have a question? What is it, boy?
What's your question? What's your question, baby boy?
He said, I think I would like to go out and make my water.
Oh, all right. Last question of the day. Sean Falds asks, who do you think Cody will take to the final two? That's a really good question. It's kind of unclear, like, if he would pick Enzo or Nicole. I'm leaning more towards Nicole because I think he would feel like he has a better chance against her with her being a former winner and not really doing anything this season. So I definitely think...
And I think they have a final two.
Well, I mean, he's got a final two with both of them.
But I think he's got a pregame final two.
It's possible.
And as you can see from his season with Derek, he is extremely loyal to a fault.
Yeah, I would assume he would take Nicole to the end, and I think that's really gonna hurt Enzo. But anyway, I don't think he'd be bitter. I think he would still vote for Cody to win. So, yeah. That's it. Enough already. So we're gonna go. But I want to thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to the super chatters for your support. And we'll see you all tomorrow.
Good night, America.
Yeah, that's it. I don't have any Julie words of wisdom right now, but
me neither.
My Julie words of wisdom are: make sure you're registered to vote. If you can vote early, vote early. Get it done.
Brush your teeth.
Yeah.
You never die a natural death. They only die of neglect.
Yeah.
That's what my mother says all the time.
It's true. All right. Good night, guys. Much love. Bye.
You are a